Hello everyone, I'm Delix. Thank you for coming back for another Naruto Hot Takes number 7. I apologize for the last video of how fucking dark it looked. It looked really unprofessional. I'm sorry. I'm never going to make a video look that dark again. That was a dumpster fire. Alright, episode 7, here we go. Naruto should have become the Hokage after the war, not Kakashi. So, this is a really good argument because we talked about this before. Naruto is already on Jonin and Kage level at the end of the war arc / series. Him being ranked would be awesome, but Naruto has the power of being Hokage, but he doesn't have the intelligence of being Hokage. Like, he needs to learn how to build friendships and relationships to other nations and villages, you know, to be allies with them, how to do politics, conversations, paperwork. You know, he has the power, but he doesn't possess the mindset of how to do those mature things, of working with other people, signing papers, and building close relationships with other nations that would be an ally to the Hanleaf village, you know. Stuff like that Naruto was very unprofessional and uneducated about. That's something that he needed to learn before he became the Hokage. He has the power, but not the mindset yet. So I think half-half, like, it would have been cool for him to become the Hokage. The only difficult part is that he's so behind on education and history. It just would not work right away. Like, I feel like he should have become the Hokage after maybe Naruto the Last, but he decided to be, or no, the village decided to rank him Hokage when he was in his 30s, which is pretty late, which is pretty weird. I don't know, I feel like it was a big downfall that how Kishimoto didn't seem like he planned Naruto to become the Hokage in any means. He just made him to be Hokage because that's what he needed to do for the fans. But I don't feel like he actually wrote a good story point of view of Naruto becoming the Hokage. Just because he puts the hat on and at the end of the series that he became the Hokage, it doesn't mean that it felt like he worked for it, because I feel like in some ways Naruto did cheat just a little bit, but that's just my opinion. But I kind of feel like if he just wrote things more professionally, we should have gotten a really well performance of Naruto become the Hokage and leadership and acknowledgement. But he just came in the conference with wearing a hat, like, oh, Hokage Naruto, but it didn't feel like we were getting enough build up for that moment. It just had to happen, you know. That's just my opinion on it. So Kakashi becoming the Hokage at the end of the story is not really a big deal. I just want to put that out. I'm glad he became the Hokage, but I can understand why people would prefer it the other ways. But I don't mind Kakashi being Hokage. I feel like he deserved it. Naruto and Hinata's relationship feels really forced, and Hinata didn't even work for it. Yeah, Naruto and Hinata's relationship was 100% forced. Like, they need to put them together for a sequel. Like, I don't know why Kishimoto built Hinata up for so long to finally confess her feelings. It doesn't do anything with it, because it was like a slap in the face. We were happy that she confessed her love, but Naruto never went up to Hinata after the pain arc and asked her about, are you doing okay? Did you really mean what you said back there? You know, something like that could have been there, but it wasn't. So it was like a big slap in the face that he did all that build up for Hinata, confessed her love, and we didn't go back to that. It was just forgotten. I don't get why he did that for her and then didn't really execute it further on. It was just left after episodes and episodes. And then Naruto jokes about how Sakura is his girlfriend to Minato, his father, when Hinata was just confessing her love back there. It just, I don't know why Kishimoto did that. Like, it's really unfair to do that, give us that, and then you don't do anything with it. And it just happened at the end of the series, which was Naruto the Last, just to ship them together by going to a time bubble so Naruto can see what he missed, which was forced. Like, it should have happened naturally, not in a time bubble. That was bad writing. Naruto the Last is just not a good film. It has great animation, but the story is, it just was not there. I agree. Their relationship was forced just for a dumb sequel, but yeah, I don't know what else to say. Their relationship is poorly written. Tamara and Shikamaru is the only relationship that felt fair. Sakura is not useless, and Hinata is the useless one. Okay. Me and T-Bray made a video about Hinata. Basically, my opinions were, I don't think Hinata lived up to what she wanted to become. Like, she wanted to become strong and wanted to be like Naruto, but she didn't really live up to the aspect. Like, Hinata was able to accomplish things that Neji already knew what to do at the young age. Wow, Hinata is like close to being an adult, but she's still mastering the techniques that Neji already knew what to do, and it just proves that she was still falling behind no matter what. I'm not trying to downplay Hinata, I just feel like she was not meant to be a ninja. She just was not, she didn't have the mindset or the body to really push the way that she wanted to. I feel like she tried, but it just didn't go anywhere, and I don't know. I just don't feel like Hinata really lived up to her dream. Like, she got it in some ways, but I don't feel like she truly got what she wanted. You know, she wanted to be very strong like Neji and Naruto, but she kept falling more and more behind. That's just my aspect. I just feel like she just was not a strong character. Sakura, she did what she wanted. You know, she wanted to learn. She went to Tsunade. She worked for her power, her healing abilities. She did a lot of research during the sorcery battle. I mean, the whole Gaara thing. You know, she did what she did to save Kankura's life and putting an antidote. Like, we see Sakura work really hard, and we saw the progress. With Hinata, it's just moments. Like, we know that she worked hard, but, like, there was not really enough screen time of Hinata for us to really care for her like that. Like, we just know that she's been getting stronger, but we don't really get the camera on her leading up to anything. It's just like, oh, I'm getting better, and that's really it, but we want to see that progress. So in some aspects, yes, I feel like Hinata was just not a strong character. I wouldn't say that she's useless. I mean, useless is a word that a lot of people use nowadays in the Naruto community, but I feel like Hinata just was not meant to be for what she wanted from the original series. Like, she got step-ups in Shippuden, but it just didn't feel like he did anything for her character for the audience to really care and be hooked on her. So is she really useless? It really depends on you and your outcome of her as a character, but for me, I feel like she was a character with highs and lows. But overall, I think Sakura is a much better character. Minato is not less intelligent than Hitachi in any shape or form. Hitachi has more wisdom. Minato has a lot of battle experience. He fought in wars. I don't think Hitachi fought any wars, to my knowledge. We know that he saw war at a young age and he never wanted to go to war, or he never wanted to be involved in war. But Minato has a lot of battle experience. I feel like if they fought, Hitachi would have a hard time. I don't want to underestimate Minato, but I feel like both of them are very intelligent. But battle experience, I would have to go to Minato. Wisdom and knowledge and advice, that would have to go to Itachi as a character. But I feel like they're both very intelligent. I did not like how Minato was treated in the war. He just, I don't know, he got KCM, but like Minato didn't really do a lot to show his power. And I don't get why they even gave him KCM. I like Minato's original design. Giving him KCM, power scaling, it didn't really do anything for his character. It didn't go anywhere, and he wasn't used properly in the work, in my opinion. And I feel like giving him so much power, you kind of ruin characters. Like I talked about this before. The more you give all your favorite characters power-ups, just because that's what you want, and they're your favorite character, you're also ruining them. Because when you give them so much power, it's just like, you just don't look at them the same way anymore. And I don't like how Minato got the KCM power. I kind of feel like it was just ridiculous, and I feel like it was needed. Same thing with Sage Mode. Why did he need Sage Mode? He didn't do anything with it. We know he has it, but I don't know. I feel like KCM Sage Mode with Minato was so aggravating because it just does not make any sense. Like, I don't know, it's really up to you. I just feel like Minato was not treated well in the war, but at the end of the discussion, I feel like both of them are equal with intelligence. Hitachi has more wisdom, and Minato has more battle experience. That's how I'm getting into there. The reanimation jutsu was too cheesy. I didn't like how these zombies helped the shinobi forces on how to defeat them. It takes away the purpose for Tobi and Kabuto winning. Okay, so my personal opinion about the whole Edo Tensei, it's just, I feel like only revived characters that needed to come back. They didn't get a lot of screen time, like Kakashi's father, Sasuke's father, you know, Shisui, like characters that didn't really do a whole lot. Like, I'd rather them die, but if I had the chance to fix things, bring characters back that were only within the story, within flashbacks. We already seen Data and Sorcery. We already seen Zabuza and Haku. Their story arcs are finished. They're done. And when Kishimoto brought them back, nothing really happened within their characters. Sasori and Deidara were brought back, and they defeated Kage, but they lost to Sai and Kankura, which is a big slap in the face. And Zabuza and Haku, bringing them back was very disrespectful. They didn't grow as characters. They said a few things to Kakashi and Sakura, and then that was it. Like, I feel like they should have stayed dead. Like, I like the original concept that Kishimoto was going for. When a shinobi dies, they die, and you take their legacy with you, and you grow as a better shinobi. Like, Naruto made a vow on their grave. He learned from their experience after meeting them, and he took that legacy with them, and he was able to move forward as a better shinobi. And when you bring them back, and you don't give them any more comfort or more character development after bringing them back, it's just like, why even revive them? I don't know why people want Jiraiya to come back. It was so stupid. Why would you want Jiraiya to come back? Kishimoto said he couldn't bring him back because it would have been too painful and emotional to write that story. And I respect that, but the general thought, Why do you want characters to come back? Let them die and have a legacy. If you want to bring characters back that were only there within flashbacks. They didn't do anything. But when you bring a character back like Jiraiya, when his character was finished, let the man die. That's just my opinion. Let him have his legacy. Now then, the conflict between Obito and Kabuto. The reanimation jutsu was overused by Kabuto. He revived way too many people, and a lot of them were nerfed, and I kind of feel like it was kind of a letdown how Obito started the ninja war, but he wasn't the one carrying out the war. It was Kabuto, reanimation jutsu, and it made Obito look bad because Obito was literally just sitting on his ass for minutes, episodes, just because Kabuto was carrying the first half of the war. And it was kind of a letdown because you had all this buildup of Obito starting the war with the Tail Beasts and the White Zetsu, but then Kabuto comes in and Obito's just chilling. And it's just really hard to take Obito seriously, the guy who started the war, but you're not really carrying out the war. You're just waiting for your opportunity when you were originally going to carry the whole war, but since Kabuto got involved, it was a mess. I don't understand. I also don't like Sage Dragon Kabuto. I feel like that was a mess too, but that's just my opinion. But the reanimation jutsu there was a lot of dumb decisions. I don't like that Lee would be a better protagonist for Naruto series than Naruto himself. Now I can see why people would like that to be the case, and I think it would make for a nice what if. But in my opinion, Naruto fits better with the series' main theme, creating yourself a place of society. Okay, I agree. Lee would have been a great main character in his own universe, in his own series. And I agree, Lee should have gotten his own little spin-off thing, not the chibi shit, like his actual own character story of going, you know, traveling the world, inspiring people, power of youth, or something like that. That would have been awesome for Rock Lee, but he was just a side character, then he was wasted. But I can see why Lee was a better main character for some people's eyes, because he was truly the underdog. But at the same time, Naruto, he's just a perfect main character for Naruto. Like, the universe that he lives in, I mean, he's perfect for his own world. Rock Lee, there's so many obstacles for him in the Naruto universe where he wouldn't be able to understand a Jinchuriki's feelings. He wouldn't be able to understand the pain of losing a master because Guy was never the main focus of Naruto. Jiraiya had more of a main focus in Naruto compared to Guy, so I don't know. It's like, even if you make him the main character, I don't think Guy would have died unless he went into the 8th gate. Like, he's too strong to just kill off in a certain incident. I don't know, like there's a lot of what ifs and details to go into that I can't mention, but I'm just saying if you put Rock Lee's position instead of Naruto as a main character, there's a lot of things that Rock Lee just cannot do because it was meant for Naruto. So that's a big subject, but I can understand why people want him to be the main character than Naruto, because Lee was more inspiring and more realistic, but at the same time, Naruto is what carried the whole universe. So yeah, that's just my opinion. I feel like Rock Lee would have been a great main character in a different show, in a different universe, but for right now, in this timeline, Naruto fits his universe perfectly. They should make more story about 7 Swordsmen of the Mist, because every damn members in this group is interesting character and have interesting backstory. Yeah, I agree. The Hidden Mist should have been explored more, of how they carried out their missions, how they executed people, how they became the Bloody Mist. Like, we know that it happened. Yagura was controlled by Obito, but I would like to see a whole arc about the Hidden Mist swordsman and what Obito really did behind the scenes. Like, we know that he controlled the Hidden Mist, but we don't know specifically what he did. We know that he just did some damage over the years, but I would like to see a backstory of what he actually did over those years, and see what the Hidden Mists were doing, because we know that Zabuza didn't like what the Hidden Mist was doing of Yagura, but didn't know that Obito was controlling Yagura, and then Zabuza tried to execute him, and it failed, and then Kakashi called him out on his bullshit, like, oh, you want to try to go to the Hidden Mist village and try to kill the Mizukaki all over again, but for that you need money. But your dream ends right here by my lightning blade. Like, I feel like Naruto's universe should have been explored more with other villages. Like, I agree with that. But, I don't know. It's like, we just didn't get it. Like, Kishimoto had a good aspect with world building, and I'm not saying Naruto needed world building to be good, because characters is what drove the main focus of Naruto. We talked about this before, but I wouldn't mind seeing some other world building with the mist and the sand and the Rain Village. Like, I would have explored more of their history and their universe, and not just small little aspects. Like, I want to see everything be explored, but we just didn't get that. Naruto is one of the series of what could have been. And just like that wraps up number 7. I am Delix. Thank you for being here with my Naruto hot takes. I'll see you guys in the next one. And for that, thank you. This series has been really fun, and thank you for letting me take your opinions that actually get notice. And I'm here for your opinions and giving you my honesty. Alright, I'm Neil. Subscribe if you want, and stay ninja weird. Bye.